When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can seem intense. Like breakup R&B intense.
I thought you said you loved the sweater that I got you. If you didn't, you could have told me.
Geico makes it easy. Just go to Geico.com anytime to update or check your policy without all the extra drama.
I even had a gift receipt.
And welcome to the first ever episode of Blown Pistons. I'm your host, Gremlin Dave, and to my right is GTP Jonny. How you doing today?
It's going good.
Awesome. Yeah, welcome to our first ever episode. And a little nervous for my first time being host, but here we go. Let's see how this does.
You'll do fine.
So, like I said, first episode, kind of jittery. But anyways, this is going to be kind of a relatively new, or it is a new podcast. God, I'm nervous or something.
Do we have to do the chicken dance, Dave?
Apparently. But, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a new podcast with anything automotive-wise, so here we go. I know today we should have a couple special guest callers in. Hopefully everything goes good with that.
Who are they, Dave?
We should have Alex Martinez from WCEC and...
What's WCEC?
Wisconsin Car Club, or God damn it, Wisconsin Car Enthusiast Club.
Thank you.
See, I can do all this stuff without being on the mic, but it's like when I'm on the mic, it's like,
It's okay. And then we also have Ryan Graham from ZZP Performance. If nobody's ever heard of them, they are huge in the W body, the Grand Prix, the Monte Carlo car scene. They also produce parts for Cobalt, and now they are engineering parts for the Cadillac ATS.
Damn.
I've got balls of steel.
That'd be pretty cool to see.
Oh, yeah.
Not the balls of steel, but the tuned up part for the Cadillacs. They can do a lot of stuff with them.
Oh, yeah. It's a new platform, and I can't wait to talk to him. Sure, he'll give us a lot more because he owns one, so... he'll be able to give us more insight on that. Yeah,
you were showing pictures of his Cadillac. It was like a primer gray, and it was pretty badass looking.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He's got a lot of work, a lot of time, money invested into it, I'm sure. We can, I'm sure we'll hear more about that when he calls in.
Cool. Can't wait to hear from that. All right. So, yeah.
So... Hey, did you see that YouTube video of Brad?
Yeah, the Sharknado 3. I still haven't yet to see the movie, but I kind of want to. I mean, granted, the Sharknadoes are pretty corny, but still, I mean, he made a whole big production thing of it, like Best Actor of the Year and all that. And he was pretty funny on that.
I think Penn's in it, too, from Penn and Teller. I heard they had a little bit in it.
Oh, in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, I just know there's a couple race car drivers in it. That's the only thing that really caught my eye on it. Because I guess the Sharknado comes through, there's a huge tornado comes through Daytona.
Right.
And Brad's sitting there looking up going, oh, hell no. And then the shark comes down and pretty much eats him.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. Well, that's the name of the movie, I mean.
I know, right?
But
oh, hell no, or Sharknado.
Well, both. It's Sharknado, oh, hell no.
Right.
So, but yeah, I mean, kind of looking forward to seeing it, even though, like I said, I'm not into those corny movies at all.
Definitely.
There's the trailers.
What do you think? Should we...
This is your technician speaking. If you want to see it, go ahead and press the button.
Fine.
Do it. And here is the trailer for Sharknado 3.
Yeah.
The annual camping trip. Just you, your buddies.
Okay, welcome to the ad.
Hungry mosquitoes.
Right.
Because your brilliant friend
We can skip it.
at a place called Mosquito Bay.
After 5 seconds.
There we go. July 22nd. There's actually a couple big names in that. I mean, there's Mark Cuban. Penn and Teller are in it. Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski.
Sharks.
And David Hasselhoff.
Sharknado 3. Oh, hell no. Wednesday, July 22nd at 9. Only on Sci-Fi.
There we go.
That seems pretty cool.
Wednesday, July 22nd of last week. So if you get a chance, I guess go out and see that.
Hey, did you also see that they are coming out with the new Joe Dirt movie, Joe Dirt 2?
Yeah, I did. I haven't seen any previews for it, but
yeah, there's a couple of videos on Crackle, or I think it's Crackle or whatever.
Is it out yet, or?
The 16th, I believe. So yes.
Well, we are behind the times. But
and then we also have a Facebook page, Dick.
Yes, we do. Man, you are just jumping right out of me on this. Yeah, if you go on Facebook, go to Blown Pistons on Facebook. I'm trying to pull up the app here.
It's my job to keep you on.
I know,
Dave.
and I'm like still like when I'm not host, I can do this pretty good, but yeah, a little nervous still. It'll get better, folks. I promise.
Oh yeah, this is only the first one.
I'm getting there. My computer's not real fast, but if you go,
hey, why don't you supercharge that thing?
I'd like to.
All you need is a couple of RAM.
Yeah. That's what she said. But yeah, if you're on Facebook, folks, if you go to Blown Piston Podcast, you can find us. Go ahead and like our page. It has, right now it's still in the works. I mean, we got a couple pictures up there. We got a link to our show. So, I mean, obviously you know the link to our show because you're listening right now.
Facebook.com, Blown Piston Podcast.
There you go. All right. So, and also, if you'd like to, we do donations and stuff for our page.
Yeah, Dave, did you know that if you were to subscribe to the Bad Habits Network, you get all of their shows for free?
Yes, you do. And it helps keep, that way we don't have to keep putting money from our pockets on here. It'd be nice to be able to give this to you guys for free.
Yeah, so help keep our podcast free, guys, and go and donate. Any amount at all would help.
Yeah, definitely. That way we can keep it going, because there's plenty of other shows besides ours on the Bad Habits Network. I mean, we have Shots from the Balcony, LSGR Radio, Lord's Asylum, and many more to come. So we're looking forward to a lot of other shows also on there. And so, now, you're into NASCAR, right?
Yeah, I do watch it from time to time when I'm...
Who do you typically root for?
Oh, I've been rooting for Tony Stewart for a long time.
Oh, God.
Followed by Matt Kenseth because, you got to support that local hero.
No, you don't.
I've seen Tony Stewart race live up here in Wisconsin a couple of times.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
You run at the dirt track? Or?
Yeah, at Angel Park Speedway.
Oh, I've never made it up there. Been wanting to go up there.
My relative was actually inducted into the Hall of Fame up there.
Awesome.
Yeah, his name is Tom Bigelow. He was awarded the most winningest driver or something along those lines.
Sweet.
Yeah. And then, that speedway is pretty famous, though. You got Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, both started at that track.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they got, the list is on Stan Fox. If you ever, he's kind of an older driver. He actually ran the Brickyard 400. And I think that's NASCAR, but
yeah,
in his
they're running.
He ran the Indianapolis track and lost both, got into an accident real bad.
Oh wow!
I think that's the one that killed him. I think.
Ironically, they're running Brickyard today.
Yeah. Who won that?
It's running right now. I'm not even sure, but yeah, it's running right now. I know they made a big deal out of Jeff Gordon because it's his last Brickyard, and it's pretty much his home track.
Yeah, I'm happy to, see him go.
Yeah, me too. He's kind of a whiner.
Yeah.
And joining us,
as I said, we're going to have another special guest here.
Very special. Very short. You got that phone book ready?
Gary always has it set up.
Awesome. And welcome, Kenny the Midget.
Thank you.
He'll be bringing you our redneck tech.
The redneck redneck automotive repair commander.
Pretty much. I mean, the guy knows his shit. I mean,
yeah. I can get it running. It might not look pretty, but it'll run.
Right.
Well, I mean, you do work with Chevy, so
you know that rust is just.
That's why they run.
Yep. This is true. That rust is just weight reduction. You know that, right?
Oh yeah. If you're lighter, you're faster.
Yep.
So is that why the imports always put stickers all over their cars?
Yeah.
Hey man, those actually increase horsepower.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Oh, like 5 horsepower or 5. You know.
I thought it was like 10 or 20 per sticker.
Oh wow.
I like turtles.
I'm not a import fan, I guess.
Neither am I really.
Neither am I.
I mean, yeah, they're quick, but
you know
how
what?
good are they?
I respect them. I mean, I think it's pretty cool that you can, just be as fast as a big V8 with a low turbo.
Right.
You know?
And that's what I'm saying. I mean, they're quick and all, but it's just not my style.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if they're done right, I'll appreciate it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you put a fart can on it and think it's a hot rod gear.
that's what a lot of them do. It's like, ooh, I got a stupid can on my exhaust.
You should see the local car scene, man. It's not, that's pretty much divined it to a T. I got this $30 racing muffler on my car. It's the fastest thing out here.
Right. AutoZone special.
Right.
I mean, I'm not knocking AutoZone. I like AutoZone and stuff. But I'm just saying, you go out there, you buy a fart can, put it on your car, and next thing you know, you're fast.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
Yeah. Well, it's just like chopping your springs. You seen those guys?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh, retard alert!
Oh, my God, man. They're just bouncing like a pogo stick down the road. You're like, just, no.
He goes the other way with that. He likes to build his trucks up.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I stack springs.
Well, you do a lot of mudding and stuff.
Yeah, I do mud racing, and I haven't actually. I've kind of taken a break from it, but yeah, I do race.
So I said the truck in your current condition, man, I don't think it'd make it through the pit.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Okay, you'd make it through, but I don't think your box will be with you.
She's pretty solid. The floor of it's pretty solid. But that's my work truck. You haven't seen my play truck.
No.
Yeah, he's got another truck.
I got a flatbed that actually that's one I normally race with. I have a '94 Chevy, half-ton full drive.
Another Chevy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave, it's okay. I bet you my little six-banger will keep up with you.
Actually, you'd probably walk me.
I probably would.
You've got a lot more in yours than mine. I mean, I've got a little V8 in my car.
Well, I mean, mine kind of spiraled out of control, just one part breaking after another, and I'm not one of those typical people that just reaches for stock replacement. If I know that a company has done the research to make that part better, last longer, and give me more power, I'm going to put that on instead.
Sweet.
That's what I mean. You got to think, though, the truck that I'm driving right now, that truck, it's an 84 Chevy 3/4 ton full drive.
Hey, it's still running. I mean, you can't.
That's sweet. But that truck set from 92 until February of this year.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Then I bought it. It was just an old farm truck, The old man died and the truck kind of set. Every now and then they'd plow a driveway with it or then I bought it. I drive it all over the place. I mean, I drive it.
It sounds pretty good when you started it up today.
Yeah, it's stock exhaust. Shit drives me crazy.
Well, I mean, it started up without a problem and stuff. I mean,
No, 2 pumps. Hit
Slow
the key.
master.
2 pumps and then hit the key again.
Sounds like a carb, maybe?
Yeah.
Clean
Well,
it out?
it's got a quadra junk on it, so.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a good running truck.
Time to trade that in for a Holly or something.
I
would never put a Holly on my
I got the
other
350 in there?
Yeah, 350.
I got some parts if you need them. I got a Weenda. I think it's a high-rise intake, but it's one of those replacement intakes.
Yeah.
Just laying in my garage, man. I bought a '79 Camaro a long time ago. This thing was pretty back in the day, from what I'm told. It was a candy apple red, but when I bought it, it was a Barbie pink. And I'm like, oh hell no, this ain't happening. I'm like, this ain't happening, man. I'm not driving a pink car. Exactly, man.
Right.
But I bought it anyway. The guy saw me coming, so I got just raped for it. But I was told it had a 383 stroker motor, which I'm like, awesome, that'll save me motor work.
Right.
Well, I got it home, and I had my buddy, my next neighbor, who was mechanic savvy, look at the crank and everything, and it was a 350. And then I ended up pulling out the motor to rebuild it because it was smoking like a banshee. So I know the heads were shot. Yeah. Well, I seen the springs were inside. The springs was all shot, so I know it minimum heads. And so I took the motor out and I measured it, sent it, or gave the dimensions to the engine shop, and verified it was a 350. So I was just done after that. In the meantime, I ended up stripping all the paint down to bare metal and then primering it flat black, just because it was better than the pink. I didn't care. I found out how much Bondo was on the car. I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just done.
This just kills me. It's like, it's hard to buy. I owned my own shop for a while. I had my own shop, and I'm into the square bodies. That's my...
The 80s style, or?
Well, 73 to 91, technically.
We're talking trucks, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was still thinking Camaro.
Yeah.
No, but 73 to 91, technically, because in 90 and 91, you still had the squared body on the 1 tons, 3/4 tons, Blazers, and Suburbans. So
those actually, I mean, I really like those.
Yeah, and that's why I bought 84 Chevy pickup because it's to me that's comfortable. I mean, we got a 2001 Tahoe. I'd rather drive the 84 any day.
I mean, I wouldn't mind taking like an 80s Blazer and throwing a 350 in it.
Like the full size or the small one?
The small ones.
Oh, those little S10.
Yeah, throwing a 350 in it.
I've done a lot of those little S10 V8 swaps.
Yeah, but I'd have to have mine a couple inches off the ground because that's the way I am. Even you would appreciate that, man.
I mean, when it comes down to it, when it comes to cars, I appreciate if you build, I'm a build it, not buy it guy.
Yeah, me too.
Anybody can buy a Corvette today.
Yeah.
And be.
You know what's amazing though is it's cheaper to insure a Corvette than it is a Camaro.
Oh yeah.
Because every teenager out there can go afford a Camaro, but they can't always afford a Vet.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, that was like back in the day. A lot of people bought the El Caminos and souped them up because they were a lot cheaper because they were a truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and that's like me. I've had probably 30 not 30, probably about 10, 15 El Caminos.
Not you.
Oh no, I love it because your bike fits perfect in the back.
Right.
Yeah, and they're not that tall off
the
ground.
You can fit a quad back there if you will.
Yeah. Well, like I used to put my Sportster in the back of an El Camino, and I could slam the tailgate, and I wouldn't actually have to strap it down because when you slam the tailgate, it takes 2 guys to slam the tailgate.
Yeah.
But your bike don't fall over. I mean.
True.
But I used to throw 383s in those all the time. 383.
Oh yeah, you can get away with that too. I mean,
then you box the rear of the frame and fill it full lead so you got traction. Because if you don't have any weight in the back, I'd do 60 miles an hour and not leave a stop sign.
That's why I'd want that Blazer last time is because you got some roof back there for weight, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
you still got to add, I've built a couple. You got to add sandbags or
right.
You got to have something in the back because even the roof and stuff ain't enough.
What do you think of those, what are those GMC Cyclone?
Yeah, they got the Cyclones and then the
Typhoon.
The Typhoon was
the newer truck,
GMC, I think.
No, the old school, it was like turbo, wasn't it?
Yeah, they were all-wheel.
Four bangers with the
they were all-wheel drive turbo.
That could tow 500 pounds, and that was about it.
Yeah, I mean,
they were actually the fastest GM, and I mean it's insane.
Well,
even the newer ones.
Here's a little Ford fact for you. Back in the day, about 80s, the Ford Mustang SVT was faster than the V8 version.
Yeah, and that was a four-cylinder.
Four-cylinder turbo. And GM found that out at about the same time with their Buick. The Grand National 3.8 V6.
Plus the Pontiac Trans Am, when they had that 3.8 with the turbocharged, it was the second fastest production Trans Am ever built.
Yep. Yeah. Now you know what? Now what took me some time to realize is Trans Am is a package. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The base model is the Firebird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the reason I mentioned that is because I detail for a guy who owns an unrestored '74 Formula. It has the 455 HO motor, ram air hood, all ordered, stock, pristine, appraised at $95,000.
Damn.
It was a dream just to touch this car, man. It is just, I never, the wax went on, wax went right off. Just, it shined. It was perfect, man.
Sweet.
That's what she said.
Yeah, buddy.
But like, God, I don't know. I like my older trucks, right? See, that's one thing. Like, you see all these pavement pounders, and because I'm a 4-wheel drive guy,
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I've raced dirt track. I've done demolition derbies. I've done all of it. I've done a little bit of pavement racing, but mostly dirt track and stuff like that. And you get these guys, though, like the newer kids, they go out, they buy a brand new truck.
Jack them way up.
Jack them up, throw a lift kit and stuff in it. They'll have the truck for 8-9 years. They'll never see mud.
Nope.
Just a pavement pounder.
And they got like 22-inch tires on there, or 22-inch rims.
30s, dude.
Yeah, and
30s on them.
The tires are made for,
Yeah, and that, like me, I'm old school. I run, like this truck that I'm driving right now. When I get another truck, then this truck will go and I'll redo it and I'll lift it and do all that, But I'm a 16-inch guy, 15-inch rims or 16-inch rims.
I was saying, man, that's porn star status.
Yeah. I'm not into the whole 20. Well, my 94 when I bought that.
Yeah.
The guy that I bought that from had 18-inch rims on it.
Mm-hmm.
The honeycomb GM, they're off of like a 2000 model or whatnot.
See, at least those don't look too bad.
Yeah, well,
they're not like gaudy or anything.
Well, I had the truck for a week. I pulled them off and I put a set of 15-inch steel leads on them. It's just I love them 15, 16-inch rims. 16.5s are awesome.
Well, you know what? I got my mechanic buddy. He's sitting on a set of 22s on a 1500 Duramax.
Yeah,
wheel drive. It's, to me, that looks fine. It looks good. It's not oversized. Rather than you got these guys with an Impalas putting lift kits on Impalas and putting like 30-inch rims on them. Like, really, dude? Yeah. Just like these guys that are doing those stance cars that have like inch contact. It's like, exactly. It's like you're going nowhere fast.
Exactly. I'm a rubber guy. I want rubber over.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Sure did, man.
How many kids you got?
3. Well, we won't get. I'll say 3.
I was gonna say,
there's a couple more, but we just ain't going there.
I have 3. My oldest is 16, and her name is Snow White. That's what I call my car.
No, actually, my '94 Chevy pickup belongs to my oldest daughter, which is 7. Because I was gonna sell it a while back, just I wanted something different, new.
Right.
That turned into a big old fight with the 7-year-old.
Yeah, it's kind of like my 10-year-old with the Jeep. I'm trying to sell right now, and he's pissed about it.
Daddy, I want to go off-roading in the Jeep.
Well, it's really the only vehicle he remembers.
Right. Well,
so he doesn't want to get rid of it. And
like when I've changed the motor in my '94 3 times, because you always got to upgrade.
Mm-hmm. So
I've swapped the motor 3 times. I'm on my 3rd motor right now. Because when I hit a pit, like when we're racing, I'm one of them kind of guys that I don't look to say, oh man, getting a little warm and better back out of it.
Nothing, huh?
Yeah, I'm out there to put on a show. When they give me the green flag, I stick it to the floor and I hold it there until I get to the end.
Yeah.
If something breaks in between the finish and the end,
checkers or wreckers,
I will deal with it.
Right.
But if it don't break, then I'll deal with it some other time.
Yeah.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Yeah,
I've had a lot of those. Different trucks, It's just...
I'm going on my 2nd motor myself. 230,000 miles on a 3.8, kind of supercharged 3.8. It gets tired.
Oh yeah.
So I got a head gasket coming out, or problem right now. So instead of paying $1,500 for a head gasket job through a shop, I went out and bought a whole car for $450.
Can't beat that.
No, and
No.
That was easy.
this car had a $1,200 catback exhaust system on it, so I was able to sell that for a couple hundred, and I just kept going, man. Just parted it out here and there. I already have a friend interested in buying the whole car from me, so I'm just gonna pull the motor like I told him I was going to, and regasket it. I might take the heads and the lower intake manifold supercharger, take it to my work and port them all and make them look fancy.
Yeah.
Get some more air if I can.
Yeah, that's just, I mean, if it can breathe, and if a motor can breathe and it can exhaust, you're going to gain the power.
Oh, yeah.
That's just it. I mean, the biggest thing about a motor is breathing.
Yeah. I got a 3-inch exhaust from the downpipe back, and I just got me some headers, so it's going to be loud.
It's going to be legend. Wait for it. Dairy.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do with my car. I want to build up the Merc.
Yeah.
I want to make a sleeper.
Them Mercs are good. I mean, like I said, I bash Ford all the time, but you know what?
We all hate imports.
That's it.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for imports, we had no way to make fun of.
Exactly.
Right. That's the only thing that brings a Ford guy, a Dodge guy, and a Chevy guy. The one thing that will bring them together is bashing imports.
Yeah. It's kind of like a family thing. You pick on your brothers, but the moment somebody else comes in to pick on you guys, everybody bonds together.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, but it's like I said, I respect everything. I
too.
respect any.
As long as it's done right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm Batman.
If I got a choice to go look at, a Honda Civic or a Pontiac Grand Prix or a Pontiac GTO, a Ford Mustang.
As long as it's not an 80s GTO.
Well, you know what I'm saying, though. It's like, if I have that choice, I'm going to look at a Honda or Toyota Celica or whatever, or a Ford Mustang.
I love the way you said that, your facial expression, or a Ford Mustang.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I'm going to go look at the Mustang. I'm going to go look at the Pontiac. I'm going to go look at,
the American made. Yeah.
That's just how I am.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I flock to.
Ever since the price of gas went up, it's like Honda Civics ain't bad, but they're slow.
Yeah, because you can go out and buy a Mustang and have it stock, or Camaro or anything, have it stock, and walk the floor with like a Honda Civic. It takes some thousands of dollars to even just get it to where a Mustang or Camaro is, and then they brag about it.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just one of the things. I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm more of a truck guy. Like, this is a perfect example. My neighbor, his best friend has a Toyota Celica. It's a fast car. I told him all day long.
Stop production, though.
No, he's done some work. He's got
no, they don't make them no more.
But it's a 92 or I don't know exactly the year or whatnot, because I'm not a Honda guy. I mean, you show me a Chevy from the back, a Ford, Dodge. Let me look at taillights or headlights. I'll tell you what year it is.
That's what my daddy taught me.
But so this, to me, it's just a foreign car. It's a jet car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how are you at identifying old cars?
I can.
I can't. I mean, there's some I know. I know my Camaros. I know my Firebirds and GTOs and whatever. But you.
The van today. Perfect example today. I was with Hammer, and we're cruising. I said, "Oh, look at that old Ford van." I said, "I got to look at taillights. Tell you exactly what year it is. 67 Ford van."
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a gorgeous van. And, you can tell the guy takes care of it, restored it and everything.
Nice.
But the taillights are different, because it's a single piece and the bottom for the reverse lights is different than the 68. So, I mean, it's really great,
Sweet.
But I can tell you, like, we could be driving down the road and I'll be like, "Oh, did you see that 68 Duster?"
Yeah.
It's just one of them things.
Yeah, a lot of the muscle cars I can usually get, but
Right, but like I could look at a Gremlin and be like, "Oh, you see that?" You know,
Yeah.
It's just one of them things.
Yeah, I'm not quite there with pinpointing years. I can pinpoint make and model fairly well, fairly fast. But you know, if you get me into the the W body, and I can tell you year range, I should say. Like I used to own a 95 or 98 Monte Carlo Z34. That was my first 3.8. That's where I fell in love with just that motor. Is it had plenty of power for the body and plenty of power for the weight.
Right.
And I was a happy camper.
I was always a G body guy.
Yeah.
I love them G bodies.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I should get my buddy Mike on the show. He had a 60s. What was the 60s? He had an older Nova, and he put a lot of money in the motor and transmission. And by the time he was done, he would pull up to the stop lights on Highway 100, shut the motor off because it was like solid motor mounts and everything, and he would give the import next to him a little shit, and then he'd be start his car, and when he'd launch, he'd pick up the front tires.
Yeah, the 63 Chevy Nova. I bought it for $100 out of a junkyard.
Damn. On that note, just want to say we have God damn it! I am really failing at this today.
Oh no!
Hey Dave, what's that show? What's that place on Milwaukee Street?
111 West Milwaukee Street. There, I got that right. Usually I say east.
Yeah.
But you should check them out. Yeah, you can't really go east down that road or you're screwed. But they pretty much have everything from, it's not your grandma's antique store, put it that way. They have all kinds of toys from like the 80s and 90s, anything that you had from your childhood. They got stuff from like the 60s and 70s even. They got vintage vinyl.
How about some of them Hot Wheels? They got those?
Yeah, they do have some Hot Wheels there.
Well,
I typically buy most of them up, but they do have some there.
Every man's first hobby starts with 97 cents.
Yeah, and then it expands from there.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they got everything from comic books to vintage farm equipment.
Wow.
And video games. They've got like the old NES systems and Star Wars stuff, G.I. Joe.
Hey, man.
Star Trek, He-Man, everything.
We'll have to have a show there.
Our sister show, Shots from the Balcony, we do try to get there once a month. What? Brother, it is, brother. Whatever. Suck it.
I see someone getting a spanking.
He's getting a little butt hurt over here.
That's it. I'm walking.
So yeah, guys, check them out. You can check them out on Facebook at Mantiques. I believe it's Mantiques 111 on Facebook. They do have Instagram. They do also. I think they still have an eBay page, if I remember right. Or we got to get back to you on the eBay page, but they should have. Like I said, they've got. Go on Facebook, check them out.
Just go in there.
Yeah,
because you don't know. You never know what you're going to like until you get there.
Exactly, and it is a store, so buy something.
Hey, how about them pool lights? I think I saw that in those photos, right? They have those billiard lights.
Yeah, they do.
Cool,
they got ashtrays and stuff like that. If you wanted to set up a bar, you could definitely do it from there.
Do they have the old spittoons?
Oh God, I don't know.
I've been looking for one for a long time.
Hey, I hear they can find them though.
I bet they could.
Yeah.
Because find anything.
I mean, the guys there are awesome at finding stuff. I mean, Jay, Kyle, go in there, and if you're looking for something, if they don't have it, they will try to find it for you.
Do they have pool table?
Yeah, K-Wild.
Do they have a pool table there, too?
No, they don't. I don't think.
Love me a pool table.
But they got everything else. But, yeah, go in there, check them out. Tell them Blowing Pistons sent you. Or Bad Habits Network.
Yep.
So, yeah. It's if you go in there, if you tell them that we sent you, you get 20% off. Final sale.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. And like I said,
will they do 20% off of 97 cents?
Possibly.
Hey, 20% off is 20% off.
Right? You're getting Hot Wheels all day long like Dave.
Yeah, I pretty much bought the ones I want from them.
Fuck wallpaper, dude. Use Hot Wheels.
I've done that.
I actually, my son's room, my oldest son, he moved into my office because we wanted to get the boys kind of separated because he was getting into that age. He should have his own room.
Right, you don't want your little brother looking at your Playboy.
Exactly.
Because silicone parts are made for toys.
But he's in our old office, and one wall is all Hot Wheels.
Right.
I've got over probably about, well, with all my cars, I've got about 500 little cars.
In box still?
Half of them.
I was going to say, man, in box takes.
I still got a bunch of the
PlayStation.
ones that I played with when I was a kid, so
That's
those
awesome.
boxes are long gone.
Yeah, all mine are gone.
See, my oldest daughter kind of destroyed. I had a bus that it took me like 3 years to find.
Did you hear that, Dave? He owned a Ford.
No, a bus.
The VW bus?
No, it was back in 79. Yes, it was 79. It was issued out.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Hank Williams Jr. bus Hot Wheels edition.
Oh, sweet.
And I finally found it. It was like $70. Well, then I went. I had it checked out. It was like a $400
Damn.
bill.
Yeah.
Well, my oldest daughter, when she was like 2, opened it, ruined it.
Oh, man.
I mean, I still got the bus and everything, but it's not worth as much because it's all the package. But
Yeah. Yeah, but at least now you can take it out and kind of enjoy it a little more.
I think I heard on a previous episode of Shots from the Balcony that you had more than one, right?
oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
opened a couple of them.
Yeah, so my kids. I view it this way. After they're opened it, it's like, damn, you opened it. Now I get to play with it.
Yeah, right. Right.
But I mean, my kids are getting to the age now they know don't touch it.
Yeah, that's the same with
You
mine.
know.
I mean, my 10-year-old, when he was like 2 or 3, everybody that came into our place was like, he'd grab them and go, can you get that car down for me? And they're like, no, your dad will be pissed.
Yeah.
So no. And he kept trying it and kept trying it and kept trying it.
You know
Yeah.
those bigger, not the Hot Wheel size, but the bigger
the,
die-cast race cars? Mm-hmm. I have a Ford Taurus WCW car all in the box and everything.
Damn.
You know.
It's gonna fit my daughter is 7. We were at my Ace Hardware yesterday, and we went and picked up some stuff, weed eater string or whatever the hell we were getting, some 2-stroke oil, and she was like, "Dad, I want that." I'm like, "What?" Walks me over and shows me the Harley Davidson truck with the bike in the back.
Oh, sweet.
And she's like, "Dad, I want that."
Is that the Ford or the Dodge?
It's a Ford. You know.
Well, I know
want-
for a long time, Dodge had the rights to the Harley stuff and that.
That's been years ago, though.
Yeah, I think Ford
Years.
got him, 2000 or something like that? Or?
2001, I believe, when the Lightning came out.
Yeah.
Because then that's when they came out with the Harley edition.
Well, the Lightning's actually been around since 94. They actually did the Lightning in that square body.
Oh,
Yep.
that's right.
And that was a badass truck with a 351
Oh, yeah.
Windsor in it.
One of the members on WCC has one.
You know what, though?
I
I seen that up close. It was pretty cool, man.
The best motor Ford ever built was a Cleveland.
Yep.
All day long. That 351 Cleveland.
That was that the big block version or a small block? Because I know either the...
Small, I believe.
Okay, then the Windsor was a big block.
Yeah, well, that fucking Cleveland, the only reason they got rid of it is because it was putting out too much power.
Dodge is not complaining with the Hellcat motor.
Yeah, it's just...
They've upgraded that already.
Yeah.
I mean, Cleveland is the best motor you could ever find for a Ford.
Well, you hear about what Dodge tried to do with the Hellcat motor?
What's that?
They tried to stuff it into the Viper and it wouldn't fit.
I know they got them...
That's because they're lazy and they didn't work hard enough.
They were able to put it in the Challenger, though. Or the Charger.
Yep.
But
they're not putting it in the Jeep.
they've actually upgraded it now. They've got a new version, I guess, of that's creating 808 horsepower.
Jeez.
Well, they got to keep up with that Z28 somehow.
Well, shit, Ford's got working with Celine, and they've got a 750 horsepower one, I think.
Celine is a badass company by themselves. The Celine S7 twin turbo. Excuse me, let me wipe up the floor here.
Oh, God, yeah.
Carbon fiber chassis, twin turbo.
Especially, what was it, their S1s or something like that they had? like the early '90s Celine.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sexy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, as far as supercars go.
I don't know. Have you ever seen the McLaren F1?
Yes.
Have you seen? So you know that you sit in the middle of the car, right?
Yeah.
And then I think they did I seen a test drive of one. They actually have, I think, like 2 positions to your right, 2 seats.
Oh wow. Huh. Yeah. No.
That's awesome.
As far as I've ever come to actually seeing one up close. Yeah, I play a lot of Forza.
Right. Well, shoot, dude, you should come to my house and play. I got a little setup.
Oh, sweet.
I got a 42-inch monitor. I got a custom gaming PC.
You play Forza or?
I play PC, so I don't have access to Forza on PC yet.
Oh, so it's more the
Crew?
Need for Speed and stuff like that?
The Crew put that to shame, dude.
Yeah, I've actually got the Crew for my Xbox
you guys
One.
lost me.
The Crew is a online game, a racing game.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Dave knows my technology experience.
Yeah.
It pretty much ended in the 80s.
Yeah, right. Well, basically, it's basically they took the entire United States map and condensed it in a way, because there's no way that Chicago's up by Lake Michigan as much as it is in the game.
Yeah,
but
they
anyway,
got it pretty much by Green Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, it'll take you an hour to drive from California all the way to New York.
Yeah.
Wow.
An hour.
There's one race set up on there where you actually drive the whole outer ring, and it takes 2 hours to do the whole outer ring of the U.S. on there.
You got to watch that TV the entire time.
You can stop and pause it and stuff.
You can only pause it when you're doing solo. If you're doing multiplayer, it's a little harder. You actually have to sit there. But, I don't mind because I have a steering wheel that has force feedback, so I'm good. I mean, I feel every bump. I can feel it when my rear tires get light. It's amazing.
Yeah, see, you guys lost me. I'm like, I played Pac-Man.
Yeah, right?
The arcade one day.
You still have those?
I think if you actually played that, you'd really get into it.
Well, that's what everybody keeps telling me, but every time they put a computer, I get bored.
Because here's the question: how many times in real life are you ever going to get the chance to drive like a Celine or a McLaren? Or...
Right.
Probably not.
See, that's how I look at it.
But my whole thing is, I'm old school. I mean, I can drive. I can go out and find a 51 Ford, and there's a chance I can drive that.
Yeah, good point.
There's,
that's kind
my
of like...
uncle owns a 49 Chevy pickup. I can go out and drive that. I mean, it's one of them things,
You're close to what you love.
Yeah, so that's why I don't know, the whole video game just ain't. I get sidetracked.
Yeah, I kind of grew up on them. I mean, I'm only 27, but I grew up on them.
And that's where we didn't have that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I started in NASCAR '98 was my first, one of my first racing games.
Oh God, I had that. I had the paintball cheat.
I don't even remember most of it, dude. All my dad told me was follow that black line. Okay.
I try that with my kids, and they decide every time they play a racing game, it always ends up Demolition Derby.
Right. My wife was the same way, dude.
I mean, all of my kids are like, "Ooh, let's play," and then sooner or later they decide one of them's got to turn around and they try to smash each other head on.
Oh, yeah, and that's the video. I played the NASCAR game one time, and that's what it turned out to, where everybody's whipping me, and I don't know where I'm going or how I'm going or whatever. So I just found out that I was going the wrong way. I'm like, all right.
You find that out the hard way when everyone's coming at you?
I'm going to hit these guys head on. Take somebody out.
Who cares? Hit reset.
Right? Exactly.
But, yeah, so.
Well, we all know why you're into Demolition Derby now.
Yeah. I quit on my second daughter at sports, and that was due to the old lady getting on my ass.
Yeah, I know. I've been there, man.
But now I think, I have 3 kids now, and they're old enough, and I think because she knows I want to get back into it.
That's been something I've been wanting to do. I've always wanted to build a car, and I've never had the
I know
chance
all
to.
the cheats. I know. You guys talk about your little cheats that you put in the computer. I know all the cheats to...
So are you one of those that kind of
cuts
a little piece out of the frame so the back end comes up right? And
No, you got to take a skid loader, smash the trunk down, so the ass end comes up, and then Well, I don't want to give too much.
Right. Secrets of
body
the trade
mount.
here, guys.
Body mounts, right?
Throw some lead or cement in the frame and.
No, I don't do none of that. But you take the body mounts and you take a hole saw and cut them down.
Mhm.
Right? So it's still rubber, technically.
Yeah.
It's just a really big rubber. And then you just take pipe and you fill it in, and it's so you have a solid body mount. Oh wow, that looks like a car.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is. I found a racing seat a friend of mine gave me a racing seat for free, and I'm all like, oh hell yeah, I'll use it. I'll put it in my car because my car was right at the time. Well, ended up going to a ditch with that thing, racked up $3,000 to $6,000 in damage, and then it came to a point in everyone's life where it's like, okay, well, do I continue going down this road with $3,000 to $6,000 to spend, or do I go out and buy a $2,300 car that was better the day it rolled out? I went with a $2,300 car, and I'm still driving. Well, was still driving it.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you'll have it back on the road soon.
Yeah, and then so I got rid of that car, and then I found a kitchen chair on the side of the road. I'm like, dude, that's perfect. Threw it in the back of the truck. I chopped half the legs off, chopped the whole back off, and then I took the pad off, all the staples and everything, and then I ran two self-tapping screws right into the frame rails, screwed it back onto the base, and I have a chair.
Yeah, you got a hell of a gaming setup there.
Yeah, it's free time stuff.
Free time.
I know. My free time usually involves sleep.
Right?
For about 4 to 5 hours.
Mm-hmm. Then get woke up either by kids, cat, or
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it's one of them things
NyQuil,
you just
the
get
adult
home,
babysitter.
And it's
Yes.
like, by the time you get your shower, you eat your dinner, put the kids to bed.
Mm-hmm. You're just drained.
Yeah.
Time to go to work.
Yeah, exactly. 4 hours later, you're up, getting dressed, trying not to wake up the kids.
Right.
Let the dogs out and whatnot.
Yeah, that's always fun.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
We say it is, but it is. But we wouldn't change it.
No, definitely not.
I mean, when I got a 7-year-old that knows how to change brakes on a truck,
there you go.
I wouldn't change it.
Yeah.
You
That means you can sit in that chair and drink a beer. And
Oh, yeah, I do too. Go to it.
Oh, go on. You're doing fine. Just keep going. Oh, man, that sounds awesome, dude. My kids just turned, my oldest is 7 and my youngest is 3.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, my oldest is 7, my youngest is only 3 this year.
Yeah. My oldest has not real big interest in cars at all, but he's interested in games. He likes playing his games.
Yeah,
but
mine.
My kids are outdoor kids. They got anything that involves a truck, a car, a bike. I mean, I got pictures of my daughter putting the air cleaner on my Harley when she was 6 years old.
Sweet.
Nice.
So,
yeah, teach them young, man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to teach my kids like tools and stuff like that, and they're getting better at it.
Yeah, it takes time.
It does. And it takes a lot of time when you're sitting there waiting for the right wrench.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but, you can't rush it either. You don't want to turn them off of it,
Yeah, and they'll sit right underneath the car with me and that when I'm working on doing my oil and stuff like that.
I popped the hood on my truck. Jersey's right there.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, she's on to be there.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, anyway, my youngest, though, he'll sit on my lap and grab my steering wheel for my game and just go to town. He'll be running through the gears and everything,
That's what when Jersey rides with me, she sits in the middle. My truck's a 4-speed.
She sits for you, huh?
Yep. And then, so, like, when we go out to the farm and whatnot, she'll sit in the middle, and all I gotta do is push the clutch in and tell her up and over. She'll put it in second. All right, straight down. There's third, All right, now we're coming up to a stop sign. Let's go straight up. She does straight up, and she shifts my truck. So
yeah, my problem is when I go from second to third, I always pull it toward me, so I run right into the stop. Like, damn it, I lost a gear, and then double OS10, man, it just no balls. I mean, every day I was running through them gears like I missed my car. I miss my car. Every day, just shifting gears. I miss my car.
That's like when I had my Mustang. I had a short throw shifter on that.
Ooh, that was nice.
Yeah. Did I have that car while you were across the street from me? I must have sold it before that. Then.
Right before, I think.
Yeah, I missed that thing.
Oh,
you got your Jeep right after, didn't you?
No, I've had the Jeep. I got the Jeep back in 2006.
I got a story for you. I used to detail at an auto auction. And what happened was I pulled up in this Nissan Maximum. No exhaust after the header, but it had a short throw shifter kit in it.
Oh, wow.
And I go up to my boss, hey, boss, man, can I take this car a lap around the building? And he goes, why? I'm like, no exhaust. It's a race car. I'm like, short throw shifter, it might be a little fun. And he's like, no, but you can take the Mustang for a ride. I'm like, what? He goes, in the A lane, there's a Mustang. Knock yourself out, but you wreck it, you're going to be mad. I'm like, okay. Didn't think twice, jumped in it, and just, man, that thing threw you back. It had a V8 in it. I think it had aftermarket rims, probably 1820.
What year was it?
It was the newer body style after 05.
Yeah, because the guy that actually bought my Fox body lives in your area.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't know if you ever seen a black Fox body with T-tops.
I may have.
It's got the newer taillights on it and aftermarket rims.
Nice. Yeah, there's a couple of those. My mechanic buddy, he has a shell if you're interested. He has a notchback. That's
Dude,
it.
If I had the money, I'd buy one. I'd put
$500.
I'd put the new Coyote 5.0 in it.
Dude, it's just a bare frame, man. $500. It has a roll cage in it and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've heard that if you take the old Fox body Mustangs, put the new Coyote engine in it, even with no upgrades, you have a 10-second car.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
What do they put? They're putting out like 300 and...
I think you should put a Hellcat motor in it.
See, I'm one of those guys that likes to keep everything all original, though. Or not original, but same manufacturer.
Okay.
Like, a lot of those guys will take, like, the Fox body Mustangs and drop, like, an LS1 or, you know...
I'm a fan.
Yeah,
exactly, right?
Yeah,
but...
Hey, if you ain't first, you're last.
I mean, I seen a guy that had a 32 Ford Coupe, 5-window, 383 stroker Chevy in it.
Nice.
Hey, why'd you put a Chevy motor in that Ford? Well, I want to go fast. But
yeah, I'm just one of those guys where if you have a Chevy, keep it all Chevy. If you have a Ford, keep it
a Ford.
Exactly. I just don't really care for the like mutts and stuff. But I mean, granted, I've seen some of them done right. I mean, you know, when we go back to like talking about the imports and that, one of the last car shows I went to, a guy had like a 90s Miata, but he had the 5.0 Fox engine in it.
Yeah.
And it was like, nice, damn, that actually looks pretty good. And there's a lot of people that take like the old Datsuns and stuff like that and actually drop, you know, the Corvette engines in them. And I mean, they're actually, I guess as long as they're done right, they look good. And, you know, it's all what you like.
Yeah.
Well,
that's just like I've seen guys that had those 60s VW Bugs
and
throw 350s in them.
Oh yeah, damn, those are actually pretty.
Those are screaming demon. I mean, that fucker's just quick.
You know what the craziest thing I saw was? I seen a Volkswagen Bug with an LS1.
Yeah, that's
rear mounted.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it's a Willy car. That's all it is.
Yeah.
When it comes right down to it, it's a Willy car.
Right.
It'd be kind of fun to take it out and just beat the hell out of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like those, you know, I'm a huge fan of sleepers like you are, Dave, and
that's me. I'm a sleeper guy. You know.
Yeah, I'm not big in all the flashiness and all that stuff.
You know,
I want you to wonder what I got underneath.
Exactly.
That's kind of why I'm a fan of some of the Buicks, like the Buick Regal. You'd never know the thing's supercharged. You'd think that's Grandpa's car. But, you know, when he lays into it and you hear that supercharger line, you're like, what?
At least with those, a lot of the hot rod guys, once they see the badge on it, and even if it's black, first thought is Grand National.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, a lot of us will know what it is, but then you got a lot of the import guys that are like, that's just an 80s car.
Yeah.
But they are pretty badass, those Grand Nationals. I'd love to have one.
Oh, yeah, I would too.
And that's one of those cars where if I bought it, I'd want it stock.
But you know what? You might.
To a certain extent.
I talked to a buddy of mine, and he's like G-body enthusiast, and he's like, I'd rather just buy the T-type, right?
Yep.
The T-type, and do everything else for half the price. Because you're not going to get a Grand National under $10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you do, it's rotted.
Right.
So by the time you get it roadworthy, you got 20 in.
Right.
Well, that's like I had one of my only Pontiacs I've ever had. I had an '86 Pontiac Grand Prix. I wanted to make that a 2+2 clone, where it had like the plastic front end and then the bubble glass in the back.
Yep.
Right.
God, that was expensive. And those are a rare car to find, the 2+2 Grand Prix.
Yep. And I've seen quite a bit. I went to an all Pontiac show down in St. Charles, Illinois. That's actually they're going to be the same weekend you guys or the Chats from Balcony is at the campground, right?
Yep. Lakeview Resorts. Or Lakeland. Yeah, Bad Habits Bad Habits Network will be at Lakeland Resorts.
Yeah, the Pontiac show is going to be the same day, but I don't think I'm going to make it this year. My car ain't running, but last year they had 450 Pontiac show up there, and they had a lineup of Fieros, and I'm like, oh, cool, I'm going to go check some of these Fieros out. And I'm expecting to see at least one of them with the 3.8 swap. No, but I saw 3 with a 350 swap, and one of them was packing a Corvette LSX motor.
There's actually one for sale outside of Milton.
Yeah?
It's a little Pontiac, a little red Fiero. Yeah. I mean, they're a death trap, but...
Yeah.
But those 350 swaps in them are so easy to do. It's just...
Right.
That's why...
You wouldn't think there'd be a lot of room to do that.
There's not.
I mean, there's not, but there is. I mean...
Well, that's the same thing a lot of people do, like, when if they can get their hands on a DeLorean.
Yeah.
The original engines were such pooches.
Yep.
They drop a Corvette engine, they've actually got a decent sports car at that point.
Yeah.
Well, look at the Vegas.
Yeah, good point.
I could probably... Everybody know that has a Vega has a 350 in it.
Mm-hmm. That was the biggest thing for them.
Yeah. I mean, throw a 350 in a Vega, that's a screaming fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty awesome. But then again, I know a lot of guys that throw 351s and Pentos. Remember the Ford Pinto?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The wasn't
that the car that you get rear end and boom?
Yeah. But then again, a quick change
Vega,
with the
Vega
gas
was
tank.
Kind of the same way though. Vega's in the same spot technically as where the Pinto is.
Yep.
Their gas
That's
tank.
the same with with the Corvair.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I've seen some people actually drop the 350s in those. There's one guy I was reading in an article of Hot Rod a couple of years ago. He had a Chevy Corvair, dropped the LS1 in it, and he was going around the tracks actually going like Elkhart and competing against the guys that have the Corvettes and the Ford GTs and stuff and walking them.
Yeah.
Just because it's so small with so much power, and it had the power to weight ratio on that thing, which is awesome.
Well, have you seen the world's fastest mobility scooter?
No.
I seen a YouTube video of it. A guy strapped a 600cc motor to a mobility scooter and walked a Nissan Skyline. He's just looking like granny, just whang.
It's kind of like those barstool races.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Those are awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that was just insane.
The only barstool races I've ever been in is, hey, can you stand up?
Right.
I can't. I won.
Here's the keys. You're driving.
Yep. Right.
Exactly. What truck is it?
Pick one.
Oh, this one didn't start. Is that one unlocked?
Who's got Slim Jim?
Oh, fun time.
Oh, yeah.
And then, that's just only a little bit. Oh, have you ever seen the video of the twin engine Grand Prix?
Yeah, that was actually really cool.
Yeah, a guy up in Canada, he dropped two first supercharged Grand Prix motors, front and back, and then he turbocharged both of them. He's now pushing over 1,200 horse. He's pulling acceleration times faster than a Bugatti Veyron. And I mean, the way I seen it set up is he has a hand throttle for the rear motor, and then it's also linked to the pedal. So, he can independently control them, or, when he floors it, he can control them both. And, I seen him do all-wheel drive donuts, and it was just awesome. Sick, man.
Holy crap. I just looked up the world's fastest mobility scooters. They're running 100 to 107 miles an hour down a quarter mile on a scooter. I don't even know how these wheels can take it. They're little stubby wheels, but I mean, the guy's got like the drag pack and everything on it.
Yeah, there was one of them that I seen that he has go-kart rims on it, or go-kart wheels.
God.
And
part of me just wants to
try it.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, I'm probably going to die, but I have to do this.
Right. I've always wanted to take a go-kart and put a 4-cylinder motor in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like a little turbocharged, I don't know, like Honda motor. Just.
Well, that was like, I had my first motorcycle I ever had. I had it was an 81 Honda Silverwing. And it had, it was a V500. And we were waiting for that bike to die so that we could yank out the drivetrain and put it on a go-kart. But the damn thing never died, and I ended up selling it.
Right.
But, I mean, that thing was pretty badass. I would have loved to have thrown that on a little go-kart frame or something and just seen what it would do.
Yeah, the only other wicked idea I had was a Geo Metro with a 350 in the back seat. Almost motor, transmission, almost no drive shaft, just boom, boom, boom.
I'll just put a transaxle on it.
Yeah, pretty much just
that
boom,
way
boom,
boom.
Yeah.
Motor right to axle. And
yep.
Boom. Yeah.
I'm all like, oh, God, dude.
That'd be insane.
Have the little 3-cylinder putting up front and just the 8 in back.
Oh, yeah, and you get the windows tinted. You can just walk up to somebody and be like, "You want to race? I'm pretty sure you're going to beat me. I just have a little Geo."
Yeah, right.
And just smoke.
Pop, hit flip the switch. Wah, and V8 screaming.
Oh, God. That would be freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Either that or get one of those, like, Geo trackers.
Yeah, but they're a little bit harder.
Yeah. I imagine you could shove a 350 in a Geo tracker.
A little high. Go, Kenny. Go, Kenny.
If you can weld and got enough duct tape, you can do anything.
Yeah, right. Well, first he needs another beer.
Exactly. Hopefully our special guest calls in here shortly.
Yeah.
He was finishing up a shoot.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well,
yes, Dad.
But
yeah, might as well. Beer time.
Beer time? Beer! No beer for me, though.
Beer! All right.
Because on this show, we don't condone drinking and driving, Dave.
No, we condone drinking and then waiting a little while, then driving.
I highly recommend a breathalyzer.
I never drink and drive. I just let my daughter drive.
Right?
Oh, God, I was listening to a comedian one time. He had a little thing on that. He goes, when he was 8 years old, he had to drive his dad home all the time from the bar. And he goes, every time they have to get on the interstate. So they're driving down the road, and you always had the people that come up behind him, like flipping you off, and they'd look and see it's a little 8-year-old drive, and they're like, "Godspeed, little guy," as the dad's passed out in the passenger seat.
All right. I've done that a few times. I've had to either shift for my dad, or help, steer him because I was just a little young, but gotta help the old man out once in a while.
Exactly.
I mean, how do you think you get race car drivers?
Right.
They didn't just learn how to drive because their dad wasn't,
Well, most of them are from the South, so.
Right. And guess what? Most of their dads got out of work, picked up their kid,
picked up some beer,
stopped out, hit the liquor store, drive home.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Sometimes you stop over at Uncle Fred's house or Uncle Junior's house or Bubba's house. Guess what?
Uncle
Dad
Grandpa.
gets fucked up. You help Dad do the truck, you drive him home. Just saying from
experience.
Oh, we won't go that far, but yeah.
Well, back in your day, you had all dirt roads to drive on, so you were safe.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Dirt and gravel.
And he still uses those Bibles today to drive.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh,
I'm just glad for petrified wood. I haven't changed my pedals in 10 years.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's always plus.
Right.
So, just out of curiosity, what was the first car you ever had?
The first car I ever had was a '58 Chevy Apache.
See, I knew it was going to be something cool like that.
I had that when I was 13. Actually, I had that for a long time.
Now, is that the first car you drove?
No, my grandpa had a '63 Chevy pickup. That was the first truck I ever drove.
Sweet.
And it had 3 on tree.
Nice.
Straight 6 in it. 3/4 ton.
Mm-hmm.
2-wheel drive truck. That was the first truck I ever drove.
That was kind of like the first car I ever owned. I had a '37 Ford pickup.
Oh, sweet.
But all it was cab, engine, chassis. And we were going to rebuild it, and my mom and stepdad got divorced, and
no, this one
had to go away.
My '58 is actually my uncle bought it brand new. Should say my great uncle bought it brand new, and gave it to me when he passed. I inherited it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like 13. When I was 14, though, I had bought a frame, pretty much a roller. It was a 81 1-ton Chevy, 4-wheel drive. And from the time I was about 13 to 15, I pulled the body off that '58 Apache and put it on that 4-wheel drive frame.
Sweet.
So I had a 4-wheel drive '58 Chevy Apache with a 454 and a 4-speed in it.
Damn.
Well, a 3-speed with the Grand Low.
Right.
That truck was awesome. 38-inch Super Swampers, 456 gears, Detroit locker in front and rear.
Shit.
So that was a pretty badass truck.
Should have kept that one.
Long story. Why a lot? What?
Is that the vehicle that you most kicked yourself in the ass for?
Yes.
Yeah. That's
the one thing that if any vehicle I could ever have back, it'd be that one.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved my Nova, my Nova that I bought at the junkyard. And I loved all my El Caminos, my Camaros, my race cars.
I think we've all had that one car that we wish we could get back.
The '58 that's just the one truck that, that'd be the get back truck.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the one car I wish I had back. My first car, ironically, too. I had an 80, and this sounds funny, I had an '84 Chevy Caprice wagon estate.
Oh, I want one so bad.
Detuned, I'll tell you one.
I missed that thing. I mean, it had 305. I blew the engine out of it it had 280,000 miles on it. But apparently you can't hot rod them too well, the 305s, after 250,000 miles on it.
That's similar to the Buick Roadmaster, where it's just a detuned Corvette motor. You put some new heads on it. And...
Well, mine was the 305.
Oh, okay.
But it had,
but
we used to skip.
Both dim lifters for you.
Oh, hell yeah.
When I did Demolition Derby, I used, all I ran was 80 to 85, 86 Caprices. Mm-hmm. And all my motors are 305s. And the reason I ran them is because you could float the lifters before the motor would blow up. So, I could use one car for 3 or 4 Demolition Derbies, depending on how bad it got. Yeah. Or, I love a 350, don't get me wrong, You can't float the lifters in a 350 like you can a 305.
Right.
It's just, you can't. You're too tight of a motor.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah, you guys started way back in the day. Man, my first vehicle was a '95 Blazer. It wasn't bad, but I learned the hard way that doing brake stands isn't good for the rear end. Tore that up pretty quick. Ended up having to put a new rear end in that. Well, a friend of mine gave me a '91 Buick Skylark for nothing. Drove that home, lost the muffler on the way home.
That's like neutral drops are never good for cars either. But we did that.
We've done that. We've all done it.
Yeah.
That's the only way I could squeal the tires on that old wagon.
Oh man.
They'd be like, "Oh, we can squeal the tires. So can I. Just let me put it in reverse first, and then then throw it neutral, and then throw it in gear."
Yeah.
I used to do that. Well, I mean,
what?
You're also talking to a guy that I'd pull up to a stoplight, stand on the throttle till at red line, dump the clutch.
Damn.
I went through a lot of U-joints. But it happens.
Yeah, and then my Grand Prix would put you guys to shame. That all I gotta do is just lay into that throttle a little bit, and I'm spinning tire.
My car will squeal the tires a little.
Oh, that little truck out there, she'll smoke.
Oh yeah.
So, but if you ever want to race, I'll race you twice. I'll let you pick the track the first time. I'll pick track second time.
I can guarantee the second track's gonna be mud.
No.
I was gonna say I don't play in the dirt.
You can do it on blacktop. Hook a chain to yours and hook a chain to mine.
Oh, I don't redneck race, man. If you want to go down to a track, I'll take you down to Byron or something, and I'll run you.
Oh yeah, you'll outrun me all day long. Like, I'll pull you across town.
Right. I believe it.
So,
What's your car run down at Byron?
I never ran it down at Byron. I've been trying to go, but it's just been one part breaking after another, and now she's sitting on timeout with a bad head gasket. So
bad car.
I told a friend of mine if he comes pull the motors for me, he can have the parts car for free. So I'm waiting for that to happen.
Oh, there you go.
You got a place to do it, or?
Yeah, I got it's at my mechanic friend's house right now. It's the parts car is, and then my Grand Prix is at my detailing shop. So, yeah, because at the detailing shop it can sit on pavement. I don't like it sitting on gravel or dirt.
Neither do I.
I mean, I just laid 9 hours into paint correction, so. She's shining up pretty. I'm just like, done.
It makes me so mad when I have to drive through dust in my truck.
Oh, come on.
It adds to the rust.
Yeah. I mean, well, if you've seen where I got to go to work, it's a joke.
Well, we went through that yesterday with shots on the balcony. You're in a pit.
Yeah, I work in a pit.
Yeah. Well, where I work, I have to deal with industrial fallout. My car is white. And after 3 months, it's speckled brown. You look at the paint and it's all freckled. I'm like, oh, that's going to be labor intensive.
When we're crushing asphalt, then talking about labor intensive.
Yep.
Because that sucks. You start crushing asphalt.
Yeah.
You get the particles in the air. A good friend of mine, he has a 2004 Chevy half-ton four-wheel drive pickup. They were crushing asphalt. He works for the same company I do, but they're crushing asphalt at a different pit. It took him an entire weekend from Friday to Sunday night with WD-40 to get the asphalt off.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, so, I mean, it sucks.
See, I'm glad the worst thing I got to deal with is just fingerprints. Because at the park, everybody walks by other cars and stuff, and you got constant fingerprints, and it's like...
Well, all you need... All you need is, Dave, all you need is a quick detailer that'll take them right off. You, though, Kenny would need a clay bar pack. It's like $20. It's supposed to decontaminate all the paint, and then it usually includes like a quick detailer spray. You can just wipe it on, wipe it off.
Those clay bars are badass, actually.
Yeah, they are.
The only problem is, though,
I mean, have you seen how much paint's left on my truck? I'm pretty much down to bare.
Well, I'm talking like your baby. If that ever happened to your baby, that's what you do.
So I mean, this winter, I'm gonna get another truck, and then this winter,
should buy a Jeep. I got one for you.
Yeah, if I had the money, I would. But the problem is, I can't fit all my tools in your Jeep.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know. I got like
2 truck boxes, a tool chest.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You look inside my truck. I mean, I got one toolbox just for tools, and I don't even have all of them in there because they don't fit. Then I got another truck box just for towing. My chains and shit I need for work. And guess what? They don't all fit.
Nope.
So
I just gotta get my Jeep sold.
I need to get a utility box is what I need.
Yeah, it sounds like you need one of those like industrial, like just put a new bed on the truck.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on. But
heavy duty stuff.
Yeah, that's what you should really get is like just a utility bed.
Yeah, but then when I lift my truck, then I'm going to, because when I get a new truck, then this one's not going to be a work truck no more,
Yeah.
This will be, my plans is to throw a 383 stroker in it. Or, actually, I'm not going to lie. my plans for this truck, when I get my new truck, I'm going to put a 12-valve Cummins in it.
Nice.
6-speed behind it.
So you're going Dodge.
Well, I'm going Dodge. I'm going Cummins.
Yeah.
But,
so does that mean you'd rather be coming than stroking?
So how come we not putting a Duramax in it?
because I can't afford Duramax. Mm. And then the wiring harness, you know. Well, I found a Duramax I want to buy for $3,000. It's a rollover truck.
Mm-hmm.
But it's down at my hometown, down in Arkansas. But
Arkansas?
I was going to say that, but I don't want to get shot.
Well, I won't shoot you. You might get stuck, but you won't get shot.
Isn't it against the law?
To stick you or shoot
no,
you?
No, Kansas.
Yeah, it is.
We're in Wisconsin. We're fine with that.
Yeah.
But I thought about doing the whole Duramax thing. I thought that'd be cool, too.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't know. I want to put 6-speed in a truck. You know.
Well, that's like I've been trying to. My uncle wants to build an old Ford pickup with my boys.
Yeah.
And he wants to go gas. I'm like, why don't we just get like a diesel and get like find like a 7.3 Power Stroke, put in like an old, like he wants a 76 Ford F350.
All right.
And I thought that'd be badass to put the 7.3 Power Stroke in it.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
But he wants to stick with the gas. He wants to keep, he wants a 460 in it. Yeah. And it's like, I think it'd be more fun with the diesel in it.
You know what, though? Them 460s are good motors.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You can't knock a Ford, for the 460s. They're good motors.
Yeah, my neighbor's got a 94 with the 460. Or 90, yeah, okay.
You talking about John?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 95?
Yeah,
I've joked around with him. It's like, we should just, since you don't really get on your truck and you're complaining about your fuel costs, let's just trade engines. You can put my 4.6 in there. I'll take your 460, put it in my car. Yeah, we're all good.
John's a good shit. Yeah, but that is a nice truck he has, that 3/4 ton.
Oh, hell yeah.
Extended cab.
But that thing never sees much.
Nothing.
It sits in the garage 90% of its life.
Right. Oh,
I mean, right now it's outside, but...
Yeah, but once a year, what's he do? He tows his camper up with it, and then he hauls his camper back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the little pop-up.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, he bought it just to have a truck, and it's like, well, you don't do anything with it.
Yeah.
I mean, the damn thing's babied, but...
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a truck that if you bought it, it's one of them, you don't have to worry about anything being wrong. Because he does take care of it, too.
Mm-hmm. There's no rust on it. I mean...
Nothing. Like, if he thought the truck had a mist to it, right down to the shop it goes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
Yeah.
It's...
Well, he's got something right now. He's trying to figure out what's wrong with it because it keeps draining power.
Yeah, it's a Ford.
I always admire guys like that. It's like, the guys that actually take time to keep what they have, to preserve what they have, keep it nice. Like the guy I mentioned with the 74 Formula, he's actually called back every owner who's ever ordered the car up until the guy who literally ordered the car.
Oh, wow.
And he got the story behind it. The guy basically wanted a sleeper. So he, ordered the best he could order, but he didn't want the Trans Am goodies. All Trans Am was just a couple of body options. Yeah. So, and he said the car's been garaged. It's been or carported under a carport its entire life. It's been covered up its entire life, and now he takes it out once a year or so.
Sweet. That was like a friend of mine in high school. He had what was the first year for the fuel injection for the Firebird formulas?
Oh, it had been like 80s or something like that.
I think that's what he had.
It was either 85 or 86.
But he bought that car from somebody that basically kept it garage kept, never seen winter. And it was funny because he originally was going to buy a 72 Chevelle SS. His parents were like, nope, that's too much power, too much car for you. So he buys the formula.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, that's only got a little V8. You're good. It's like, yeah, but that little V8's packing a lot in there.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just one of them things. I mean, when people don't know, they buy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's what happens all the time,
His winter beater was a Chevette.
Yeah, I know a couple crazy guys that just, I don't know how you guys some people drive with them rear-wheel drives. You know, it made me nervous the entire winter when I had mine. It's like at any minute this thing could just wash out and I'd be done.
Yeah, it's like with me. I hate a front-wheel drive car. I won't drive one.
Yeah, see, I'm so used to rear-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Because my, Jeep was rear-wheel drive. I barely put that in four-wheel drive in winter. And now with the Grand Marquis, that's rear-wheel drive.
Well, just like, you know, all my trucks, you know, it has to be pretty bad out for me to put it in four-wheel drive, you know.
Yeah. Well, shit, I know, like, a friend of mine, he came up from, he was down in Nashville for a year going to school, and he said anytime they got a quarter inch of snow, even if four-wheel drive guys, nobody knew how to drive in the damn snow down there.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that, too.
Everything would be closed, and it's like, what the hell?
We'll get a foot of snow on it.
We're still out there.
Yeah. It kind of makes me want to move down there, man. Like, a foot of snow works off. Nobody's going to work today.
Shit, they get a quarter inch, and they're like, oh, God.
Right.
And I'll say that, you know, you're in the South, you don't know how to handle snow.
Which is confusing to me, because really, I mean, it's not much different than mud.
Well, it is and it isn't. Because
you're not going to hit a patch of black ice on mud.
Mud, yeah. You know, mud, you can dig down to where you can't go no more. Snow, you can dig down to where you hit black ice, or ice, and then you're fucked, because you're sliding into everything.
Yep. Yeah, good point.
I mean, you could hit your brakes in mud, and it'll pile up in front of you. Well, it just kind of acts like a wheel stop. Snow, no, you just turn it into ice and just keep sliding.
Oh, yeah, dude, I've been there.
Yeah, I have too.
That's how I wrecked my my Monte Carlo. Is I thought I was pretty invincible back then. You know, had a heavy car, snow. My tires were good on the front, not so good on the back.
That was always want to put the good tires on the back.
Right. Well, you know, I wasn't. Whatever, I threw them on, and I thought it was pretty invincible. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, I went, you know, flying down 55 on fresh snow when just caught some black ice. My ass end came around, went driver headlight first ran into a ditch, broke my driver window out. It damaged the fender. It pushed over the muffler, put a crease in the gas door, cracked the taillight. You know, just whole side of the car was toast. And I thought I was going to roll it, but ended up getting pulled out, and I drove it to work. Worked my shift, and I drove it home.
Can't beat that.
Well, but I found out that the frame was pushed up, and I'm like, yep, I'm done. Give me another car.
Yeah, it's pretty much how I never really wrecked any cars. I just kept blowing engines.
Nah, I'm a wrecker. That's one engine kind of guy.
Yeah, because I went from my big ass wagon to an '85 Caprice.
Right.
Yeah. See, I love them Caprices. I'm a Caprice guy.
That was the last car I ever paid $150 for, and actually ran it into the ground for about a year.
See, if I ever had to buy a car, because I'm a truck guy, I always drive trucks. But if I ever had to drive a car, it'd be a Caprice.
Right.
4-door.
Big ass boat with a full frame.
Yep. Caprice.
That's what I like about my Grand Marquis, with the full frame, big, comfortable.
You got airbags on, don't you?
No.
No? Wait.
You mean for the suspension, or?
Yeah.
No, I don't have airbags.
Oh, so you got the standard strut shocks.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really want the airbags in it, just due to the fact.
Pain in the ass.
Yeah, and they're like over $1,000 to replace them if they go bad.
Right. Well, it's yours tricks to get around that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when we went out to Pennsylvania for the trip, that thing drove like freaking awesome. It was comfortable. I mean, Hammer slept in it most of the time. Yeah, it was pretty comfortable.
Well, it's got to be big if Hammer can sleep in it. He's a big guy.
Yeah. But
I feel bad for him because he had to ride my truck today, and his knees were like almost to his ears. And it's not because I'm short, because I had the seat all the way back. It's just some older trucks. The seat only goes so far back.
Yeah, and once you move one side, the whole thing's got to move with it, right?
Right. Yeah, I got an old bench seat.
Yeah, it's not split in half or anything.
Well, no, because it's hard to have sex on bucket seats.
It really is.
It is.
It's so much easier to get a blowjob too on a bench seat.
Yeah, it is.
And you get the center console. It's hard for them to get the right angle.
Right.
Yeah, like I found out yesterday, yeah, you can just bend somebody right over the golf cart.
Oh, yeah. How'd that work out for you?
Oh, it wasn't me. I walked up on it.
Oh, you walked up on it.
Well, yeah, I do security out at Lakeland.
Right. Well,
So
I didn't
we're-
know if you were bent over or if you had someone bent over.
No. Dude, the chick that was there, yeah, I wish.
Well, dude,
But-
all you had to do is knock him out and just take over.
Hey, tag. My turn.
Yeah, right?
Take me in.
Yeah.
High five, bro.
But yeah, it was really funny. We were sitting there walking the beach road, and all of a sudden we're coming up. We can hear like, and we're like, the hell? So we walk up and shine the flashlight so you can see the golf cart, and there's a chick. She's like, she hurries up quick, puts her head down. He's still standing there. He's like, oh, sorry, guys. I mean, he's like, hey, how's it going type
Right.
deal. And she's like, fuck, I got caught.
I'd have been like, hey, hurry up. It's my turn.
Yeah, right?
That's just me.
But the other security guard looks and goes, guys, you got to, you can't be doing this on the beach. I looked at him like, well, you could have at least let him finish. I mean,
right.
shit.
Don't
Maybe he's
be
got
rude.
kids or something.
Right.
Don't be a dick.
But yeah,
I'd have been like, hey, all right, a couple more pumps and it's my turn.
Yeah, right?
If you can't get done then guess what? You got to go.
Don't worry, sweetheart. I'm like 2 pumps and I'm done.
2.5.
well, that's like hammer.
I will not touch bottom, but I will stretch out the edges.
I'm starting to doubt if we're going to have anybody call in today.
I don't know. I've been putting the feelers out, but I'm getting nobody on the line.
I have no internet connection.
If you're interested in calling the show, dial 323-693-3842.
So.
And that was the magnanimous hammer.
Yep.
It sounded like when you call in for porn.
Yeah,
The
right.
porn voice. Like
$9.99 a minute.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Well, apparently I've been told I've got them all for porn. I don't know.
Yeah, and I heard you have a belly button for porn too.
Yeah, everything. Apparently. I'm like they say, I'm supple. Oh, God. 45 minutes of that bullshit.
The bad thing is, though, all the porn we talk about with you involved, there's never a woman around.
It's always guys.
Yeah.
Shoot, man.
Yeah. So, anyways,
well, maybe I can get a friend of mine to call in. He has a pretty fast Grand Prix, man. Even for front wheel drive, it's pushing 400 and some odd horsepower.
Have you ever had any of this?
No.
Did you ever drink?
A blue moon. Once in a blue moon, not
would
blue
you
moon.
like that just a little tiny bit?
Yeah, I'm alright right now.
Are you sure?
I'm good.
Just put hairs on your balls.
hair everywhere.
Don't put so much hair on you, your kids will have hair.
So who's losing the race, Dave?
Oh, God. Kevin Harvick.
Yeah.
Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Logano.
Where's Junior?
Look at that, Kansas.
My guy's 14th, still going down looking for Junior.
Oh, gee.
Well, you're going to be going down for a while.
Did I miss him? Show all drivers. Ooh, 26th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Whoa, Jeff Gordon for his since they made a huge deal out of this since his last Brickyard.
Yep.
He's 42nd.
Holy smokes. There must have been
55.
a wreck.
I'm thinking so. He's 55 laps behind.
Holy shit. Yeah, there had been a wreck.
He has not been doing good this year. For his final
year,
he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take the championship and all this stuff." That's why you never say that at the beginning of the year.
No.
So
you know what it is? He hit his prime. He's coming off the prime.
At least he's smart enough not to do like Darrell Waltrip or something like that, where he sat there and ran the track for years, and it's like, where's Darrell Waltrip? Oh, 43rd.
All right.
That's average for him.
Yeah.
Is he joining the new staff? I heard something like that.
Yeah, he's on Gordon. He's on.
Oh yeah, he's going to be announced. Yeah, next year.
But you know what? That's not fuck up everything because he pronunciates.
Yeah, right. That's
we don't understand the shit he says.
Well, no, it's the opposite. You see, it's the opposite. when you talk to a race driver, you don't want to know what the hell he's talking about. But Jeff Gordon's all like, yeah, the motor just went boom.
Well, it's because he's from Indiana. I mean, I need to get like you must love listening to Michael Waltrip. You can barely understand that guy.
Oh, what do you mean barely? I know everything. I know what he's saying when he's saying it.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah. You need a cipher just to figure out what he's saying.
I know. I guess that's because we're from the north.
Research.
They should have like the same thing they do like swamp people and stuff. When half of them talk, have the subtitles underneath so you can understand them.
Right.
You probably watch that show and you're like, yeah.
I don't watch that often, but when I do watch, I know what they're saying.
Or like Dark Dynasty or something like that.
Well, it pisses me off. I mean, why you gotta put words at the bottom? If I wanted to read something, I'd read a book. Why are you putting words at the bottom of my TV? I mean,
well, it's because us people from the north can't understand them.
Well, it's just like the Mexican channel. If you don't understand it, change it.
Right. Good point.
Right or wrong, I'm just saying.
Sometimes, yeah, but they got a lot better game shows than we do. There's usually some chick and like nothing on, and
hey, I'm not going to lie. I watch the Mexican channel on mute with the radio on.
There you go.
Do you try to sync it up?
No, I turn the radio on. Some Mexican blonde chick
pulling out Al Bundy.
When did Mexicans become blonde? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. Oh yeah, you're blonde.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm blonde.
Yeah, but you're not full fledged, so.
No, because my mom's Mexican, my dad's Indian, and like a bunch of other shit. But my grandma on my dad's side's half Indian. And
you got the short end of the stick all the way around.
Yeah, that's because that's because I used to get beat a lot because I never listened. You know.
And how old were you when you started smoking cigarettes? Because that'll stunt your growth. Like 6?
Drinking coffee too, right?
12, 13, 10, I don't know. I know I was chewing when I was in I started chewing when I was 13.
God, you started young.
Well, yeah. What else are you going to do?
I don't know. I played video games.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, well, we didn't have that luxury.
Speaking of which, you ever heard of iRacing?
iRacing? No.
Yeah. iRacing's a simulator, just like Forza is.
Oh, really?
But they have, I'm not going to get too much into it, but they got guys that play that simulation that are laying down lap times just as good, if not better, than the pros. That's how realistic that game is.
Oh, wow.
I've heard NASCAR drivers like Tony Stewart, using that software to even practice for a track.
Well, he's doing it wrong. I mean, he's sucking this year.
Yeah, well.
No wonder he fucking came to your own track.
My God, there's 4 drivers on that team. 2 of them suck. 2 of them are actually pretty good.
Right.
And one of them's Danica Patrick.
Hey, yeah, briefly.
I like
briefly
Danica
from Wisconsin.
Patrick's body.
She's hot, but she has no reason to be behind the wheel.
No, but
she can't drive for shit.
No, but you know what? I'll look at her all day long.
Oh,
yeah,
hell
right?
yeah. I've got a FHM with her bent over 57 Chevy.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got a
Very
picture
nice.
of her titties.
There's a local radio station. There's a local radio
I'll find
station
it
with
for you after the...
Yeah, that'd be great.
There's a local radio station with a standing bet that if she ever wins a legit race, he'll get a tramp stamp with her name.
So he's fine.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Right.
But
unless everybody knocks themselves out of the race.
Well, he got pretty nervous when she hit the pole that one time.
At one time.
One time she was grabbing that pole, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure she grabbed the pole 200 times.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what that is? That's money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
The
first NASCAR,
if I won
not first,
if I won a lottery and I had millions and trillions of dollars, I could be a NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
But don't mean I'm going to do any good. I'm just saying,
Well, half of them out there just ride around anyways. There's
Right.
only 5 or 6 names that ever actually win during the season.
Right.
So
Probably about 10.
Well, yeah. And then once in a while you'll have the underdog that.
And that's who I'm an underdog guy. So when he does win, I'm like, yeah, sweet.
Well, it's like after Brad Keselowski, I'm a huge Kurt Busch fan.
Yeah.
And after all the shit he's went through, I mean, he got falsely accused this year of rape
and all that shit.
beating a chick, and then she admittedly said, "Oh, I lied."
Yeah.
Well,
But,
that's a
when
problem.
it comes down to it, though, honestly, and I'm a Junior fan, and I don't know if I'd be a Junior fan
If Senior was still.
if I was not a Senior fan.
See, I was before Kozlowski. I was a huge Rusty fan, and I
yeah.
loved the whole Earnhardt Wallace thing every
I
year.
love that. That was my whole thing about racing.
Yeah, first race I ever went to, my grandpa took me. He's a huge Dale Earnhardt fan. I'm a big Rusty Wallace fan. We went to the 94 Miller 400. Rusty was leading most of the race. Earnhardt, whenever Rusty wasn't leading it, Earnhardt was leading it. Coming down the last lap, Rusty passes Earnhardt right in front of us on the last corner and wins the race. My grandpa was pissed. Right. I'm like, yeah! And he's like, son of a bitch! Right. So there was a quiet ride home.
Yeah. But, I mean, Junior, though, he has a lot of his dad's...
yeah, but it'll never be the same.
It's not the same. No. That's just like,
because by his dad's, yeah, true, Kyle.
I mean, Richard Petty is one of my all-time heroes.
Oh, yeah.
Earnhardt. Dale and Richard Petty were my two favorite drivers forever.
See, I was a huge Petty fan until he retired, and then I went up to Rusty. Yep.
Right, but I was an in-between guy, because I loved Richard Petty and I loved Earnhardt.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so, as long as one of them two guys ran the race and won it.
You were happy.
Great. Yeah. But Kyle, no offense to you, but you can't drive like your daddy.
No, the best race I ever seen him in was one of the All-Star races when him and Davey Allison crashed at the end.
Yeah.
Davey won the race.
Yeah. But that was the hardest I've ever seen him drive, though.
Yeah. And Davey would have been great, too. But
Junior, I've seen Junior pull some shit out of his hat,
Yeah.
Kind of like his dad, but not like his dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's no intimidation factor now,
No, there's not.
No, but I think if Kyle Petty wouldn't have got, or Adam Petty wouldn't have got killed, he had a lot of his grandpa's skills. He would have been badass.
Yeah.
That was a shame when he died.
Have you seen that movie 3?
Yes, I actually own it.
Yeah, that was a great movie.
My oldest son, actually, he decided to get more into NASCAR because of Dale Earnhardt. Now he's a big Austin Dillon fan. He was happy to see the 3-car come back.
The movie 3 is a
story on Dale's life.
Dale Earnhardt's life.
Yeah, it pretty much goes
from the beginning.
When he was a kid.
Yep, watching his dad.
Yep.
His grandpa.
Watching his dad.
Ralph. I mean,
yep.
How many people know the name Ralph Earnhardt?
Right.
The only people that really do are the ones that actually grew up in it's Kannapolis, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, though, if you're not from the South, you don't know who Ralph Earnhardt is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, have you ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you got the movie, but...
Right. No, I heard of it beforehand. Because technically, I mean, Dale's name was Ralph. Dale's his middle name.
Yeah.
So he was Ralph Earnhardt.
Ralph was his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I mean, where Dale Jr., Dale Sr., that's all how it got started, It was with his daddy.
And he drove like his dad. Well, no, not really. His
No.
dad was more conservative.
Yeah, his dad was one of them kind of guys, I'm going to finish the race with my car intact. Well,
Dale was I'm going to win the race or nothing.
It's all or nothing. You know what?
Mm-hmm.
So.
And you watch racing nowadays, though, a lot of the drivers don't have that.
No, they don't.
That's why I like Kozlowski. Kozlowski has that attitude.
See, and that's just it. It's like everybody now is like, well...
Kyle Busch has that attitude.
Yeah,
you watch
to
him
a certain extent.
But Kozlowski's the type of guy where I'm going to either win or wreck the car.
And that's just like when I was racing, that's
Stewart
how I
used
was.
to be like that.
Yeah, but Stewart's a pussy.
Oh, come on, dude. Hey, he can run you over for that.
Yeah.
You have to admit, though, his interview was funny.
Oh, yeah. He won the whole way.
Did you ever see the breakdown of that video?
No.
It was actually, he had nothing to do with it. He didn't intentionally hit the guy or nothing.
No,
the dude jumped on his car.
Yeah.
know.
What I'm saying though, Stewart's one of them guys. He will put you in the wall.
But if you do it to him,
if you accidentally do it to him, he's on a bitch. No, he put me in the wall. No, I got sand in my vagina.
Oh God, did you ever? Do you remember any of the fights between him and Kurt Busch back in the day?
Yeah, I remember.
And then last year with Keselowski, he got into it.
Yeah.
And that was the same day when Matt Kenseth decided to be a little bitch and jump Keselowski in between two semi-truck trailers.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, you know what? It's not, racing ain't like it used to be.
No.
There's too many.
Shit. Dale would have got his ass kicked all the time by all these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. And that's the thing that sucks I like that old racing.
Dale would have whooped a lot of ass.
Well, yeah.
Senior. I mean,
yeah, but I mean,
old school. I mean, these new kids now, I mean, it's not like it was.
Somebody touches them. Oh, my God.
Right.
Like, there's no revenge anymore.
You bumped me. Now I'm in the green. Well, guess what, motherfucker? Keep her straight. Go faster. Or get out of the way.
Right.
Exactly.
That's what the whole thing is. Go faster or get out of the way.
Yeah. Well, keeping that in movies, you guys seen the movie 200 miles an hour?
No, I haven't. I'm not a movie guy. I don't really watch movies.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's free and whatever. But that was one of the movies I stopped watching because I'm such a car enthusiast. I stopped watching it. It was basically like street racing, whatever. And the main car was around like a 200X SX. Beautiful car. You know, it was one of those pop-out headlights ones. Well, they would show the car coming down the road, and then just before it would slide around the corner, it'd be a totally different car. It's like, what the fuck? That car had the perfect ability to do that move, and you're going to replace it with a whole other car just the same color? Like, we wouldn't notice? Like, what the fuck?
Well, that's just, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, and then they had CGI cars in it crashing. Like, it was low budget.
That's kind of like the old school horror movies when you had The Rift and like Wheels of Terror and stuff like that. Right. The Rift was one of I can't think of his name. Dude that was in 3.5 or 2.5 Men. Charlie Sheen. Yeah, that was like one of his first movies.
Right.
I don't smoke crack, but when I do, it's with Charlie Sheen.
But you gotta love those old movies with the fake crash. Well, a lot of them wasn't fake crashing. They actually totaled out real cars.
Yeah.
Well, that's just like the General Lee. How many General Lees were there?
Yeah.
That's why that's,
you know. Well, I'm just saying.
That's That's why that's one of the rarest. Like that '69 Charger is actually extremely hard to find just due to that show.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But look at Smokey and the Bandit. They trashed a lot of Trans Ams in there too.
But they also tripled the Trans Am production.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, the sales and whatnot. And then they tried to do
it. Kind of a double-edged sword.
They tried to do it with the new body style. You see that, like Smokey and the Bandit 3. Like,
that was
there's no truck. It was just a joke.
Yeah.
Although Jerry Reed was still funny in it.
Yeah, Jerry Reed.
And then Knight Rider, they tried using a Dodge Stealth.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah,
like, that was an embarrassment.
But the last Knight Rider was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching that, yeah.
It seemed kind of weird, though, because I used to watching it as the Trans Am, and then all of a sudden the newer one, like they had a few years ago, it was a Mustang GT 300 or 350, I think.
No, I think it was just GT.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
But yeah, they ran that, and it was like, it's cool.
A blown piston movie night or something.
We actually want to get a bad movie night or bad movie club started on the Bad Habits Network.
Yes, so if you go to SFTBshow.com and donate, we could possibly get that one kickstarted or something like that, or maybe it would be a sub reward for our little crowdfunding thing that we're going to possibly try and be doing.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, help keep our podcast free.
They just help keep the network free.
Help keep the network.
Yes. So if anytime anybody wants to donate, just go right now, just go to sftbshow.com and hit the donate button.
Yep.
And give us your money.
Oh, man. But, so what else have you got? I heard you fixed your car, huh?
Yeah. It turns out it was just the IAC motor that was sticking.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little seafoam goes a long way.
Yeah. Did you see any? Now, explain what that is.
The Seafoam is basically it cleans out the engine. I'm not really sure what all. I think it's a gas stabilizer for the most part, isn't it?
Gas, oil. They could do. You could put it in your oil too.
But yeah, I run it right through my throttle body and basically put it in there till the engine kills. You let it sit for about 5-10 minutes. You start it up again. Smokes like a son of a bitch, but it burns out all that carbon and everything else. I mean, it feels like the car's brand new after that.
Would you recommend it?
Yes, definitely.
Might have to give that a shot.
I mean, I don't know if you've used it before.
No, I've used it.
I love it.
It's a good. I mean, Seafoam's pretty good.
Yeah, I've always heard about it, and then
See, I've run it through my Jeep before. I've run it through my girlfriend's car and my all my cars and stuff, and it does really good.
Yeah. So
plus it's one way to piss off the neighbors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Another thing, if you got a carbureted motor, start it, let it run. If you want to clean it out.
Yeah, because you got to get it to operating temp before you put it in there.
But if that Seafoam works good, but not for a carbureted motor.
Right.
Because you don't have injectors, so really what's it doing?
Right.
Yeah, the best thing for it, though. It does clean off the pistons and stuff like that.
But another thing that works really good is if you have a carbureted motor, pull the air cleaner off, start it, let it warm up, dump a little bit of transmission fluid in the carburetor.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It does smoke like a bitch, but it's going to clean everything.
Yeah, right.
I just have fun with watching the smoke. I mean, my kids love watching the smoke roll out of the back of the car.
Yeah.
Rolling coal!
Pretty much, 'cause at least it's just white smoke.
Yeah, and the transmission fluid.
Yeah.
Huh.
So have you felt like any power increase? Have you felt any power?
Yeah, it feels like I've got a little bit of power back. I mean, I'm thinking I'm going to have to do a tune-up here soon.
Yeah,
I'm just not looking forward to it because I've got individual coil packs over each spark plug.
Right, you got the CLP coil plug.
Yeah, so I'm not looking forward to that price.
I have three coils for 6 cylinders.
See,
that's why I missed my Jeep for that.
I love my truck because I got one coil, runs 8 cylinders.
Right. 8 wires, 1 coil. You're good to go.
Yeah, my Jeep just had one coil. I don't know if you call it a coil pack, but just one thing right over all six of the.
Yeah.
Yeah, no distributor, no nothing. It was just boom.
Now I know David, your motor's stock, but Kenny, is your motor built up at all?
No, not. Well, which one? The one in the truck that I'm driving right now, it's 100% stock from 1984.
Right.
My 94,
not so much.
It's stockish.
Stockish. So is mine.
Yeah.
Stockish.
But
well, from what I've been told, I've got aftermarket injectors in my car.
Yeah, I've seen that. You got different colored, injectors. So you might want to make sure that they're pushing the same poundage.
Well, they're all orange.
On one side.
No, both sides.
Okay.
They're all the same.
Good.
I just don't know what it's running as far as per hour.
Yeah, you might want to check the poundage on that.
I'd like to. I'm just not sure
So
how.
No, we can get that done for you.
Yeah. Kenny will use some duct tape and.
No, I'm past duct tape. I'm up to baling.
Oh,
there you go.
All right.
But, that's always a plus.
Yeah. Duct tape's great, but baling wire lasts long.
Yeah, one winter, that's it.
So, yeah, but the old 94, she's got
sweet.
Gears been done.
Nice. Yeah, I wanna this motor that's gonna be coming out of my car. It's getting all new gaskets in it. Maybe a little porting, not too much, just a minimum gasket matching. I'm going to touch it here and there, and then I plan on, intercooler for the future, or I'm going to go turbo. One of the two there.
Balancing does a lot for a motor.
Yep.
You can balance your pistons and your rods.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm looking for an engine shop to do that. I want the motor blueprinted. I want it balanced. I want it very pretty when I get out because I want it to pack a punch when I put it back in. So that's why I got this other motor. Just get me to that point where I can get the motor built back up, set in the car, and have a lot more fun.
Yeah,
definitely.
But balancing that does.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't actually notice, like, people don't understand, like, 10 thousandths of an inch on a rod here and there. That makes a big difference. Yeah. It really does.
Well, not only that, but GM decided to overcompensate with a balancing shaft.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's like you said though. You got to get that thing balanced.
Yeah.
It's going to improve power in the lower end.
True.
I mean, and there's a lot of stuff that guys could do at home to balance the rods and pistons and everything, to where you're not spending all the big money at a shop, taking them in and getting it done.
Yeah. I mean, well, it helps when you do know what you're doing yourself.
Right.
This is true.
And a lot of it you could do with the Dremel tool, believe it or not.
Huh.
So.
Sweet.
Share some of your secrets.
I mean, some of it just takes a Dremel tool, and you got to have the right skills.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you spend $100 on skill compared to $500 at a shop.
Yeah, and that's if you got the time and the money, or the time to actually do it and stuff like that, too.
I mean, the time, like with building the motor, if it's not your everyday driver, you got time.
Yeah, true.
If it's not your everyday driver, you're not rushing to get it done.
Yeah, that's the bad thing. When it is your everyday driver, you're like
my truck,
busting ass trying to get it.
I just gotta get it going so I can get to work tomorrow.
Yep. It's one of those things where you're sitting there working on the damn thing in the middle of, like, at 3-4 in the morning trying to get it done so you can just
you
go
be
to
at
work in an hour.
5, and it's like,
this is why I'm grateful I have 2 vehicles, because, I mean, it was killing me to try and restore this Camaro and not drive it, but at least with my Grand Prix, it's something I can drive.
Yeah.
I just got to fix what's wrong with it now so I can drive it. But,
it's just, I mean,
you get itchy, man. Like, you get those metaphorical itches.
That's my problem, is, like, I get in a hurry sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, hell, I got it running.
Let's go play.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I used to do that, like, wintertime with the Mustang. I'd go out in the garage and be like, I haven't started that up in a day or two. I better start it up, let it warm up. You sit there, and it's like, is there too much salt on the road?
Right.
You back it out in the driveway. You're like, should I?
Yeah, I just want to burn out.
Did you have
take it around the block?
Now, my car, 3-inch exhaust all the way back. So when I started, Kendall, nice.
Yeah, mine was that way for a long time. I straight piped it for a while.
Right, so you know what I'm talking about. You just, the first fire up, it's like, I wasn't expecting that. Driving a quiet car for a month. It's like,
yeah, I started up and it'd be like, the nice thing was it's fuel injected, so it'd fire right up right away.
See, like, where with my truck after the choke, I got pumper twice, hit the key, pump it twice again, and hit the key. It fires right up.
Right.
Yeah, in my Mustang, it was just, I get in there and just sit in the garage and just, obviously with the door open, and have the thing running and be like, oh, I miss this.
Right.
Just sit there and look up through the T-tops and be like, yeah, you can come off soon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I this year I got pretty itchy around February. I'm like, dude, I need to get buffing or something. So I had a friend of mine with a Chevy 2500. He was pulling. He's doing tractor pulls with it. It's a great guy, And so I'm like, dude, I don't care. I want to buff your truck. I got some chemicals and some new product coming. Don't worry about anything. Just let me buff your truck.
Let me just go to town.
Yeah, it took me about almost a month, because I, tried wet sanding and, that came back out. And then my new stuff came in, and then I didn't even have to wet sand no more. It was amazing. I was able to remove about 85% of the scratches in it.
Sweet.
Now it shines beautifully now.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to get my car worked on eventually.
Someday. It looks good, though. I mean...
Yeah, except for my fender.
Yeah.
With that big paint spot that's coming up. That looks like shit.
But driving, you don't see it. Like when I pulled up today, I didn't see it. So unless you're looking for it.
True. So, we're just about getting to the end of our time.
Yeah.
We got about 5 minutes left.
Yeah, so if you guys want to support Kayla's Hope, there is a Facebook page, facebook.com/Kayla_S Hope. We're looking for any donations to help our cause. Check that out. She's just passed away this morning, and everything's going. All
right.
Now we're just looking for some donations to.
So yeah, guys, if you enjoy what you're hearing, if you enjoy John, support Johnny. Don't be a dick. Go to Kayla's Hope on Facebook and see what you can do to help. Come on, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, but everything's rolling. Still rolling.
Cool. All right. No. So.
But yeah, we're
kind of hitting the wall at the moment.
We're about 5 minutes left. You got anything?
You got anything else you want to say?
I'm good.
All right. All right, guys. You've been
I like boobies.
I like boobies too. I think we all do.
Support
the boobies.
But
that's creepy.
I just came up with that.
Say, now you sound like you're 4 feet.
Well, I'm 4'1".
There you go.
Well, all right, guys. You've been listening to Blown Pistons. This was our first episode. Hopefully it went smooth for you guys.
Yeah, well, hopefully, I can get back in contact with some other people and get them on the show.
Yeah. Hopefully next time we can have the people we need to call in. So we'll see. We'll get this arranged. We'll get it going a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. Thanks for listening to us, and you guys have a great day.
Yep. Good night.
Good night.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you could save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike,
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your move.